Okay, welcome to the Model 4, Part A. We have seen earlier that it's a connectivity of a source to the fiber. Now we see that a lensing scheme, how we connect a source to the fiber when we are having that active area of a source is a small and a core size of a fiber is a large. So in that case, we need a lensing scheme to improve the connectivity of an optical source to the fiber. Okay. If that active area is small, so coupling is a difficult, and we need to match the numerical aperture of a given particular fiber. So in that case we can use a different lensing scheme. So here if you see the figure, first here we are having that scheme. We can say that is about a rounded edge fiber, and we are having that active area of a source. Then we are having non-imaging microsphere. We can use a sphere here, that is about lens scheme here. This one is about the imaging sphere. In that case, this one we are having the source and the area is small, and we can use a imaging sphere to couple the power from the source to the fiber here. And this one is the lens is created from the fiber itself. We are having that cylindrical lens, we say, that is from the fiber to use for the coupling of a source to the fiber there. This one is about a spherical lens, that is surface at a source and spherical end of a given fiber to couple the fiber. And then this one is about the tapered end of a fiber, that is portion of a core is a tapered there, and we can use this for connecting the all source, all brightness from the given particular fiber there. That is about the coupling of a source to the fiber here. Now we need to know about what will be the numerical aperture of a given particular fiber, so that we can use a different lensing scheme. Now the source is fixed and their area is fixed, suppose, for example. So in that case we can consider that what will be the fiber and its core size. According to that, we can use a different lensing scheme to couple the power to the given particular fiber. So here we are having a source. What will be the equilibrium, that is numerical aperture of a given particular fiber. This one we can consider that the length of the fiber length, and we are having that numerical aperture of a given particular fiber, and we can use this for the coupling there. Then next is about we are having the laser diode to the fiber coupling. How much will be the emitting area of a source, and how much will be the coupling efficiency here. Here this one is the coupling efficiency, this one is the emitting area of a given particular fiber. In that case, a numerical aperture approximately consider 0.20 and a core size about 25 micrometer there. Now this core size changes, so in that case we can use a different lensing scheme to couple the source there. Now here is another example is what we are having a different connections, that is from the fiber to fiber. In that case, a one fiber is having the different, it supports for the different modes there. So in that case, how we can couple there. So this one is about a different modal distributions of a particular optical fiber. Now you can see that this one is the cladding, this one is the core. Core size is large, but in this case, a core size is small there. But if you see that equilibrium numerical aperture for the given fiber, and here full numerical aperture of a given particular fiber. When we are connecting a two particular fiber, this particular fiber there, it is difficult because the core size and that numerical aperture is not matched. We could not couple the fiber there. So that's why we need to know about what will be the modal distributions of a fiber. Modal distributions, whether it will be multi-mode or a single mode, to couple the fiber one to one there. Again, when we are having the two fibers there, suppose we are connecting, then we need to know about both the fiber having their core size on the same axis, but some misalignment comes while joining the two fiber there, and that misalignment is called as a mechanical misalignment, and we need to calculate that how much will be the mechanical misalignment losses. Now here in this particular figure A, we can consider that we are having that two core fiber here, that is core of one fiber to the another fiber is not matched because they are not on the same axis. So that is called as we can have a lateral axial there. So that's why it is a losses. And then two fibers we are having, even if they are on the same axis, both the core on the same axis, the size of the cores are matched, but they are having they are separated because they are not connected clearly both the end there. While joining the two fiber, the faces of this given particular fiber is to be smooth, then we are able to connect. Otherwise what will happen, a numerical aperture will change and then coupling will be difficult there. Now here we are having, you can see that there is a separation, okay, of a given particular fiber. This one is about the angular separation there, because two fibers are not on the same axis. So because of that angular separation, coupling power will be low there. So now to avoid it, we need to know about what will be the core size of a given fiber, and we can match the one fiber to the another fiber which is using the same core and all, so that we can couple maximum power to the given particular fiber here. Next, we just see that how we connect. Okay, it's supposed to be one fiber to the another fiber. Here the example we are having, that is about the emitting fiber core, this one, and this one is about the receiving fiber core, and they are separated, that is about the longitudinal separation. Because of that longitudinal separation, fiber core emits the light, this one is about the emit light, and this one is about a theta c, that is nothing but it will not couple to the receiving fiber. So now power couple from the emitting fiber, this one is the area only, and this is nothing but a portion of a loss. Now you can consider that this is about a coupling power for the given fiber, and this is about a portion of a loss there. So we while we are connecting a two fiber, we need to see that how much will be the separation there. It is better way to connect a fiber using the splicing technique, and or we can use a separate connector to connect those particular fiber. So in that case, a separation will be reduced there. But the condition is that end faces of both the fiber should be smooth, so that we can connect the two fiber there. Here losses due to the differences in the geometry and the waveguide structures we can have, because we are having that area, whatever the area of a given particular fiber, and we can consider that for a given particular fiber and their numerical aperture there while calculating the losses. Here the graph we are having that indicates what that is the loss as a function of a mechanical misalignment. Here we are having that loss in a dB. If we are having that absolute alone inside given particular fiber, we are having that angular misalignment there, this one we are having, then we are having that separation there. We can calculate that how much will be the loss in terms of a dB, while we have whatever the angular misalignment, or we are having that a separation there. Axial offset condition, because axes are not matched, so in that case only this area, cause this will be the common area of a two particular given fiber, so we can connect when we are connecting. So this one will be the area, or you can say that is coupling region of a given particular fiber, and this is to be considered as a loss there. Then while we are connecting a two fibers, we need to take care of that end of the fiber is to be smooth. So how to make a smooth end of a fiber? So we can use a fiber cleaving technique. We create a tension on both the end. We use this blade and cut the fiber so that end of the fiber will be smooth and that it is having the flat surface. So we can easily connect one fiber to the another fiber by using that, making the cutting the fiber using a blade, okay, so that we'll get that a smooth fiber. If fiber end faces are not smooth, small defects is there. Now this one is a smooth end and this one is a leaf, so we are having that surface is not smooth there, then it is difficult, then there will be a separation. This one is about the smooth surface, this one is about the heckled surface, so then two end of the fiber could not connect easily there, so coupling will be there will be more coupling losses. Another technique is that we can connect it to fiber, but provided that these two fiber to be end faces of this given fiber will be smooth. We can join the fiber using the electric arc, using a high voltage here, so we can create an electric arc and join this particular two fiber there. That is about the fiber joining using a splicing technique. We can use a connector also. Okay, so if there is a separation, then there will be reflection, so they can have here we can see that there will be a losses, that is with a coupling losses there. Or we can have that angle end faces there, that's about a smooth surface. If it is a separation, incident line, that is about the transmitted line, and there will be a separation between these two particular fiber if there is a angular separation. We can use a V-groove optical fiber splicing technique. Okay, this one is about a V-groove here. We can connect two fiber there and okay, join these two particular fiber using a V-groove optical fiber splicing technique. Then we can use a connector there. While using a connector, so we can consider that a requirement of a good connector design. It has having a low coupling losses. We can easily interchangeable there. We can have easy to assemble, connect easily two fiber there. Low environmental sensitivity. It is having the low cost and reliable construction and ease of a connection there. These are about the requirement of a given particular fiber there. Then we can consider that when we are connecting it to fiber, then there will be connector losses. If there is be separation, there will be connector losses. Whether we are having that separation from the fiber, that is longitudinal separation, or we are having that angular separation there. Because this core size are not matched, so then there will be a loss, and that loss we can calculate in terms of a return loss there. So this way we can have a connectivity of a given particular fiber. We can connect a two fiber using a splicing technique. Already we have learned some of the splicing technique in the model 3, where we are having the joint of a fiber, fiber joints, and that connectors we have seen. We just remember that a splicing technique, and for the splicing technique, that fiber end faces, that is it should be a smooth. It should not have any defects, okay, in a given particular fiber. Or we can, to make those particular end faces smooth, we can use a fiber cleaving technique, and in that case we can cut the fiber end faces and make it smooth, or we can use a mechanical alignment, that is for this particular separating the two fiber and make that end faces of the given fiber is to be a smooth there. That is about your having making, so that we can have making the both the axes of the fiber will be smooth there. So we can use this mechanical alignment there. These are about the misalignment, and we can connect the two end of a fiber there. Or we can have that is about a mode coupling there. Okay, so how much will be the two different fibers, and what will be the modal distributions of a fiber. That modal distributions of a fiber is depending upon that a core size of a given particular fiber. So we should know that while joining the two fiber, both the fiber having the same core size, then and then we are able to connect a fiber, one fiber to the another fiber. If there is a difference in a core, so then there will be a that is will be the losses, or we can say that is about the axial losses there we are having. Axial offset condition will occur, or some fiber is having the small core and another fiber is having the large core size, then there will be a modal distribution losses. So that is the case while we are connecting the two particular fibers there. So this one is about the end of your fiber joints and their connectors there. We'll see in the next lecture, that is how we are connecting, how we are transmitting the signal from source to the receiver there. So that's why we can learn that is a digital transmission system, how we are transmitting a data from a given particular source, and how we are receiving that data at the particular end. That is okay, that we'll learn in the next lecture. Thank you all.